Good evening and welcome to Between the Lanes episode number 121. I'm Ron.
I'm Shane.
And Shane is off in the slot car stratosphere. A few technical difficulties, but we're going to see if we can pull this off. So, again, welcome to Between the Lanes episode number 121. You can find us on YouTube and Facebook. Facebook, Between the Lanes is the page. YouTube, Slot Racer is the channel. And we have some race results. The winning reports. Last weekend, Shane and his friends were at Turn and Burn Raceway in Mocksville, North Carolina for the Holiday Money and Fun Triple 120 races. And Walker McNulty was the winner in stock car. Russ Martin second and Bobby Beachman in third. And then in the trucks class, Walker was the winner again. Bobby was second. And my co-host Shane was third. And then in the Womps, Guy Spalding was the winner. Jimmy Horton was second, and Charles Eldridge was third. And you weren't there for the Womp race, were you?
No, neither I or Bobby had Womps. And as the day progressed, Bobby started off with like a slight cough, kind of losing his voice, coming and going. And by the end of the night, I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and go. Okay. I even mentioned to him at one time, if you don't want to run the truck race, we can go. You know, and he's like, no, I've been working on my truck. We'll race. Okay, you want to race, we'll do it.
Yep, and they did it. So, all right, and then there's a picture of Shane that he can't see, but he's sitting there holding all the money because he was the lucky lottery winner, 50-50 raffle. 50-50
raffle.
And you made what, $67 and some change?
I spent $10 of my own money, and then I used $10 from winnings. So $20 total. I won $69.50.
You may not have won any races, but you was still a winner.
Yep.
There you go. All right. The Shinoda Reunion race was at Downriver Speedway, Lincoln Park, Michigan, Detroit area, kind of where the Shinoda thing all started back in the 60s. This was, I believe, the fourth Shinoda race, or Shinoda Reunion, I should say. And there's a picture of some of the thingy cars that were entered. And then there's another shot of all the cars that were entered and judged. I believe they said they had the most entries this year they've ever had. And in that picture, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. I'm going to say 57 cars in that picture. So, in the period correct race, in the B race, Gene Adams was the winner. Bob Foster was second. Dave Roberts was third. In the period correct, I guess the A race, I was the winner. Frank Ulbrich Jr. was second. Elliott, the race promoter, and Shinoda fanatic himself was third, and that was the overall top three. So it was Ron Hirschman, Frank Ulbrich Jr., and Elliott. And then in the unlimited class, which could be angle winders or inline cars, they had to run Pro Slot FK or Scorpion motors. I believe they had to run 11-tooth pinions if they were running 64 pitch gears, and 8-tooth pinions if they were running 48 pitch. And they had to run a little bit different body from the period correct cars. And in the B race, Casey Pooch was your winner. Kiera Elizabeth was second, and then track owner JB was third. And in the A race and the overall finished, Richard T was the winner. Frank Ulbrich Sr. was second, and Elliott was third in that race. And then they had a lot of judging for different categories, and Dave Roberts was like the period correct winner because he was the only car there that was like totally period correct. I mean, it had an original Shinoda body where like in period correct, we have to run a repop or a back pour Shinoda body. We're not allowed to run original Shinoda bodies. I don't know what the reason is for that, but Dave didn't race this car in period correct, but It was 100% period correct. I mean everything: braid, lead wires, tires, fronts, body, and it was a deserving win. So, and then they ran hard bodies at Thaser Raceway. We don't have podium pitchers, but we do have the podium finishers. The first class up was Hobby Stock. JP Milcherska, if I remember correctly, walked in, borrowed a car, and was the winner. Dick Soul was second, and Eugene was in third. In the super stock class, JP Milcherska was the winner again. Dick Soul was second again, and John Miller was third. And then pony stocks, Rick Stagan was the winner. Dave Garino was second, and Dennis Clark was third. And that kind of wraps up the racing results. And Sunday, because Shane can't see his cue.
Yeah.
So this Sunday we've got the GP race down at Atlanta Raceway. Midwest Spec Series is racing. Penn, Ohio's at Northeast Raceway. BRS is at Downriver. And Gator Retro Racing Region is in action this weekend, along with the Ohio Oval Series. They're at CF Speedway in Fremont, Ohio. Next weekend, the 14th, a busy weekend. We've got, what is it, an LMP Enduro Bucks race at Archdale?
Yes,
okay.
That is correct.
Mid-America Hard Bodies are at Pro Slot. That's an Enduro race. East Coast Flexi Car Series is at Scale Speed Raceway. Central Illinois Slot Series is at Route 66, Elkhart, Illinois. Retro East is in action. Florida Slot Car Series is at Fast Eddie's, Pinellas Park, Florida. And then there's another wing race at Chicagoland Raceway in Chicago area, Illinois. And then the weekend of the 21st, you've got the Candy Cane race at Wiley Raceway. And then also on the 14th, another reminder that the OCC race will be on the weekend of the 14th, no longer on the weekend of the 28th. And Dallas Slot Cars will be running Texas Retro on the 28th of December. So mark your calendars. Couple of Raceway announcements. This is a picture of the drag strip at the track in Valdez, North Carolina. Best I can tell, they've been in business since 2015. They've had the drag strip, and I put this picture of the drag strip because it's painted really cool, where it's got some yellow and red, like the walls are red and the outside edge of the track is yellow at the starting line. And they had a Frankenstein night race, I think, back around Halloween. And the track looks really cool at night. I don't know if those are black lights or what, but, and Shane, you'll have to watch the show and see all this, but the drag strip looks really cool with the lights off in the building and lights on around the track. So, and they also have what I would call a big monster oval track there. So, like I said, they've been going since 2015, I guess. And, but they recently went up to Ohio and they purchased an old American Orange track. And that track was not in good shape. And a few days ago, they posted on Facebook some pictures of the track since they got it. They got it there like last weekend. And within a few days, they've had this track like almost completely refurbished with nice orange sidewalls. And I believe they put a new top on it and rerouted it. It doesn't have S's in it any longer, but that's okay. An orange without S's is better than no orange at all. So,
Right.
And of course, this picture, the bridge, the top of the bridge is missing. But if you go on Facebook and you go to the track, and it might be the track 70, might be the actual page. You can see some other pictures where you could see where they had put, to me, a new top on it and they were routing it. So kudos to them. Track looks pretty good. And then Pit Pass Raceway down in Newport, Tennessee is now open. Pit Pass Slot Car Raceway and Drag Strip. They have a drag strip, they have an oval track, and they have a 167-foot Ogilvy built King Track that we still do not know where it actually came from or where it was originally, but rumors say Pennsylvania, but no one has stepped up and admitted to that. So we're going to go with that. So there's another shot of the King Track from the front of the building looking towards the back. And it's pretty swoopy. So I guess I may have to take a ride down to the Knoxville area and check it out. And some final notes. Earlier this week, it was announced that they would have the first annual Flexi Canadian Nats in London, Ontario. The date of that is March 20th and 21st. And also the 2020 Flexi Palooza race held at Downriver Speedway will be April 3rd and 4th. That's the official final dates. It should not change. It was, I think, the 17th and 18th, but they moved it because that was a week before the Nats started in California. So that date's been moved, so a little break in between the two races. So if guys want to go to both races, there's some wiggle room for them. And as we say, that's all, folks. So last week on the show, we talked about round robins. A lot of people replied round robin, but not many replied if they liked them or hated them, and that's okay. And how many sit-outs did you have last weekend, Shane, in the
truck race?
Well, it's
truck
race on the oval.
All right. I can use my calculator. No one can see me since I'm via the phone. So we had 29 entries.
Yep.
So you subtract 8, so I set out 21 heats.
And you needed a calculator to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And make sure my math is public school.
So what'd you say? Like you set out 21 heats.
I raced the first heat, and then I set out the rest, and then I came in for the last 7.
And they were 2-minute heats or 3?
Luckily and thankfully, they were only 2-minute heats.
Okay, and then so that would have been 20 times 2 times 2 because you got your 2-minute lane changes, right?
Right. So that's 80 minutes.
84 minutes by my calculator, so an hour and 24 minutes of sitting out.
Then factor in track calls and
yeah,
finding people to turn marshal. So, yeah.
21 sit-outs, and we had trouble with marshals, huh?
Yeah. Or I wouldn't say we had trouble with marshals. It was just the same marshals.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, hey, you know.
Nobody was replacing.
Let's kind of give these guys a break. Because I would go up there and I would turn marshal a heat or 2. Then it's like, all right, I'm going to step away. You know, then I'd go up there and turn marshal a heat or 2 and then step away.
Right.
You know, so I wanted to make the suggestion of, you know, we should have 21 marshals. There should be no track calls, you know,
right.
or cars aren't marshable, but still at that point with 21 guys, you know, but regardless, it was a good time.
Right. And how many sit-outs in the 4-inch stock car race?
We had 25 entries.
Okay. So you had 17 sit-outs.
Yep, 17.
So why do you think trucks were the bigger class? Because it was on the oval, or is that a bigger, more popular class there?
Well, we had 25 people race the NASCAR.
Right.
And of those 25 people, Bryant's wife didn't race.
Okay.
Frank, I always call him Wampenstein. I don't think he raced 4-inch NASCAR. Trying to think if there had to have been 2 more that didn't race 4-inch NASCAR.
Okay.
So we had 2 entries right there. And then I can't remember. There were so many people there. I can't remember.
Right. And I know that you didn't have or you only had 15 womps, so
That's still a good turnout.
You're right, yeah, it was still. I mean it was. So what time did you guys get done with the trucks?
We were done in the vehicle headed to Bobby's at 9:30.
Okay. So they had another hour and a half or so of womp racing after.
And then I believe I messaged Russell at 11:30 when we got to Bobby's because we stopped for gas and then we stopped at a Burger King
Mm-hmm.
to grab something to eat. And then we went through patches of fog where Bobby was like, "Can you see the road?" And I was like, "I can see the line on my side, so I'll watch this line, you watch your line," And so it wasn't like we were, I mean, you've been to Bobby's house. He kind of lives out in the woods,
Yep.
so it's not like you can go barreling 70 miles an hour,
Well, okay, so that's funny you say the woods, but the North Carolina woods are a lot different than the woods up here. Like, I don't know how to.
Which would you say is more? Would you say all of?
I would say our woods are more dense.
Gotcha.
And bigger, thicker, more round trees than.
Would you think y'all have sharper turns?
No, you guys definitely have sharper turns.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I don't mind going to the woods, and I don't mind.
Right.
I mean, like I said, you've been there, and there's a couple of turns. Just imagine not being able to see that at night.
Well, I know.
It's kind of like.
Well, I mean,
all right.
I remember following Bobby back to his house one night after one of the races at Walker's. I think it was after the FNRS race there last January, and I mean, it was raining a little bit, not hard, but the roads just like once you got back.
Oh, because there's no lights out there.
No, right, and the roads just seemed so narrow too. Like,
right,
it was kind of treacherous.
Yeah, I messaged Russell, and he said because Russell lives maybe 20 minutes or so from the track, and at 11:30 he said he was headed home. So they got the Womp race kind of got her in and got her done. Right.
And they race Womps on the King then?
Yes.
Okay.
And Guy got the bonus $20 because Walker didn't win. Brian at the beginning of the event said there's a $20 bonus per race for anyone who beats Walker. So the $50 is the.
So what happened to Walker in the Womp race? Do we know?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Honestly, I haven't talked to him. And
well, maybe we'll get him. Well, I know you're not going to be on next week, so maybe we'll get him on next week.
Right.
So
I'm off next weekend for vacation.
Cool.
Going racing though. I could report live from the slot car track and give you live footage.
A racing vacation.
Yeah, if that's such a thing. I'd rather race than work, but just too bad racing doesn't make me the money that I make it work.
Well, yeah, that's usually the way it works. And we have a couple giveaways tonight. We're going to give away a couple of Mid-America Retro Eagle motors. So our two winners will need to contact Roger Schmidt and our Mid-America Naperville on Facebook to collect your motor. He will mail them to you, or mail your motor to you, and there's going to be two winners. So I'm going to go ahead and
real quick, just to clarify, because I've been asked this, and maybe some people know or don't know, the Retro Eagle motor is what you're giving away, correct?
Retro Eagle is what we're giving away.
What is that equal to?
That's equal to a Retro Hawk motor.
Okay, because I've had people ask me, what are they equal to again? To the point where even I'm questioning.
Yeah,
I'm telling them the right thing.
Right. Well, the Eagle is equal to the Hawk 7.
Right.
And the Retro Eagle is equal to the Retro Hawk motor. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So, and I haven't even ran one, so I can't even test
Same
one.
here.
So
I gave a bunch of them away for door prizes, and I haven't got any feedback or anything like that.
I mean, just reading some comments posted here and there. I really haven't heard anything bad about it, but it seems most guys are finding them to be same speed, maybe a little quicker, but again, if you got a not so good Hawk 7, but you got a super good Retro or Eagle, it's not really a fair comparison. So anyway, all right. Lucky winner number one is Scott Cohn. Scott Cohn's there it is, Scott Cohn, NorCal racer, frequent viewer of the show. And then winner number 2 is, oh, I got it. Okay. Brent Hulk. Brent Hulk lives in Kentucky, used to be a Ohio Valley Challenge Cup racer. Haven't seen Brent in many years. So Brent Hulk and Scott Cohn, you need to contact Roger at Mid-America Naperville with your information so he can send you your retro Eagle motors. I'm starting to get confused with all these names.
Yeah, me and Bobby had a conversation on the way home talking about motors, and I was just like, hang on. He's like, what? I'm like,
Yeah. Yep. Could have named it Super Chicken or something.
Super Chicken. That's
Super
funny.
Chicken. Super Chicken. Yeah, what was the two what do you say, boy, on Warner Brothers cartoons? The little chicken hawk and the big chicken.
I don't know.
Yeah. Chicken hawk, and because the big chicken and the dog was always battling back and forth and whopping each other over side the head or blowing each other up. Or Chicken Hawk was the little chicken.
Oh, you're talking about the Chicken Hawk. Hang on, because I actually just Googled it. That's a good thing about it.
Excuse me.
The Chicken Hawk cartoon. It's Henry Hawk.
Henry Hawk.
Is a cartoon character from American Looney Tunes.
Yep, Looney Tunes, Warner Brothers.
Yep.
Well, no.
Chicken Hawk. And then they had the big guy.
Yeah, I can't remember what the big chicken's name was, or.
Yeah, it's got pictures of it, but it doesn't have his name. It says Foghorn Leghorn.
Oh, that's who it was. Foghorn Leghorn and Chicken Hawk. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I should have known that. Yeah, so I guess
I answered your...
one motor should have been the Foghorn and the other one could have been the Chicken Hawk.
I like the little stuff. Foghorn Leghorn. I like the Leghorn. That's funny.
Yep. Foghorn Leghorn. Wow.
Yeah. Well, the next motor should be called the Baby Yoda, because that seems to be a thing now.
Baby Yoda?
Yeah,
oh,
you haven't seen all the
yeah.
those with a little Baby Yoda.
Yeah, maybe you can name the other one Sly Cat for the little white cat. But other than that, I really don't have much this week. Just been busy and trying to get these technical difficulties figured out. But hopefully by next week I'll have them all sorted out.
If not, then we could always do this again. Or I could possibly call in next week while I'm going down the road, but that may be a rated R version if I'm driving, depending on how traffic goes.
Okay. And then I'm kind of working on some stuff for some upcoming shows, so I'm not going to let...
And don't forget, we have the Christmas special coming up, too.
Yep, Christmas special. So manufacturers and anybody that wants to donate some stuff to give away. Last year we gave out, 50 or 60 some things.
We were on a roll.
Don't know if everybody collected them, but we sure as heck pulled winners out. And, because we'll probably do that the week after next, because that'll be the week before Christmas.
Right, because that would be, the 18th?
Yes, because the
following Wednesday is actually Christmas Day.
Correct. And I don't know what we'll do for a show that week. I don't know what day that might be taped and or put up. So
gotcha.
We'll figure it out. We might have to tape that on Monday, because there's really, like I said, there's not many races the weekend before Christmas. There's just one.
Right.
So.
And I normally, with family, Christmas Eve, we all go to my brother's and stay the night at his house. So whenever the kids wake up, we can all go downstairs and play with toys.
There you go.
So I might get them a slot car track this year. Go ahead and start getting them trained.
Cool. Okay. So what will the secret word or the word of the show be?
Chicken Hawk.
Chicken Hawk. All right, Chicken Hawk. That's the word for the show this week. Interesting, Chicken Hawk.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for being on and.
Oh yeah.
And
long time listener, first time caller.
There you go. And anybody's welcome to call in. You just got to kind of get a hold of us earlier in the week, and we'll tell them when we're going to tape, and they can come on, and we'll talk to them and go from there. So
our biggest problem is we generally talk throughout the week. So when it comes time to do the show, it's like
we're all talking.
We don't really have okay, I don't really.
Yeah,
we could have did a show yesterday on ancestry. So that would have been a pretty good.
How to find my
related, but.
How to find my past relatives.
Yeah.
Simple. Google is your friend.
Oh, yeah.
But in my case, Google doesn't work because
you're having to.
They didn't show up in there. So, again.
Intranet. Oh, you're talking about. Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. So until next week will be episode number 122. If you're going racing this weekend, have a good time, good luck, safe travels. And we'll see you next week. I don't know if Shane's going to tell you goodbye or not.
Oh, yeah, bye. I was just waiting for my cue. I don't know.
There you go. All right. Till next week. Have fun.